So hello everyone, this is AetherNightmare and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. So let's see what is on the agenda for today. We were going to the Waking Sands, that's right, and I also need to do things like harvest some Majorum and make some armor and stuff. I think I'm gonna go directly to the Waking Sands for now. I think we could just warp out of the hotel room. It's not like we need to check out in a fantasy hotel. We could just go and do whatever. Technically I already paid for the room. I guess they don't care if you walk out the doors or if you warp out. It's a little bit of a ways. I kind of wish there was a warp over by the Scions of the Seven Dawn because, oh my gosh, we're gonna take this path so many times. You're gonna get sick of it. I'm gonna get sick of it. And yet this is a great big back and forth path, and for some reason, the goddamn crystal is down here instead of over here, and I don't understand why. Why is the Horizon Crystal not, like, over here? Such a huge oversight. Another big reason I want the Chocobo, but even then, I'm gonna be riding the Chocobo every single time I can ride a Chocobo out. I don't actually know if I can ride a Chocobo in. I don't think I can. I think you have to hoof it every time, and that sucks. I forget what these were. This was for my glamours. Ah, Disciples of the Hand. I bet I can make these now. Bet these are a little bit higher. So let's do one of these. Wants to learn how to craft glamour prisms. Thanks to yours truly, I have a basic understanding of the glamours, yes. I also understand you're no stranger to crafting this and that by yourself. So it so happens these skills can be applied to a singular case. So yeah, you should pick up one trade of hand, even if you get it only up to 15. Pick any of them just to unlock your ability to mess with glamours. It so happens that the skills can be applied to a singular cause. Would you be interested in helping to bring more glamour to the world? By that I mean learning to make glamour prisms, either for personal use or to aid the aesthetically underprivileged. I will explain everything in due course, but there is something I need prepare beforehand. Bring me some Othardian orange juice in the meantime, would you? Just ask Folklind, same as last time. These names, I swear to God. Well, staring at me isn't going to get that orange juice poured any quicker. Hurry up, would you? Swergeem's still got you running errands then, and she wants Otharian orange juice this time. 12 preserve. Well, here it is. I think she said she and I need to have a little chat about her tab. This order alone costs more than some of our big drinking regulars spend in a whole night. I guess she really likes orange juice. Which I wouldn't presume grows here because it's a desert. You have my drink, I take it? Oranges are a more tropical climate. It's hot, but it's not tropical. Now that's what I call orange juice. Eastern oranges have a bitter kick that truly invigorates the soul. Ahem, all the jumping around almost made it go down the wrong way. Anyway, before we begin, I have a confession to make. To be perfectly frank, my expensive tastes in orange juice have to be paid for somehow. With my intentions sincere, my reasons for helping you are entirely altruistic. Pass this letter to Gobrian the merchant, and he'll allow you to browse his glamour prism recipe tomes. If you buy any from them, he'll give me a cut of the profits. You have the knowledge you seek, and I'll have money for orange juice. What could be more piquant? I will also send word to my associate Whiskrad in Revenant's Toll. We have a similar arrangement, and I'm sure you'll find his prices just as fair as Gobrian's. You should start with Gobrin, though, since his stall's right there. By the Pesty. Once you've read one of his books, you'll be able to make the prisms yourself and share the glory of glamours through the masses. So over here. Hi, since you've come in pursuit of true elegance, and that is a letter of introduction. Peeking you from your pocket, may I see it? I don't have pockets, but here you go. Ah, so you're Swergum's protege, and you wish to produce glamour prisms, a notable endeavor. My selection of tomes reserved for only the most deserving are yours to peruse. You may now purchase master crafting tomes from Goberin as well as Tataroga in Mordona. We are not going to Mordona for a long time, so probably just here for now. By using the tomes, you can learn the recipes within. Without too many spoilers, Mordona is going to be the final dungeon of A Realm Reborn. So it's the final area. So yeah, not for probably another like 100 hours. Let's see what you got. Ooh, yeah, you can buy these. These are some existing glamour prisms here. So this is if you don't want to be wearing anything, but you want to have something equipped over it. So you want the good stats, but maybe you want to go shirtless. Maybe you want to go without shoes. You've all got your reasons. I don't need to know them. But if you want to do that, this is where you can buy the Emperor's New whatever and have the equivalent of not wearing gear while simultaneously wearing gear. So there you go. Clear prisms. Used in the crafting of glamour prisms. We got one for free. Glamour Dispeller. That is if you want to take something off. So with here, these are the ones to teach how to make glamours to various trades. So it doesn't matter which one you pick, but you do have to pick the one that suits whatever you are. So I'm currently in armor. So for 300, I can get the ability to make all these. I am going to get one of each because I am insane. Can only purchase one of each, but whatever. Master recipes. You have obtained a master recipe book. To learn the advanced recipes contained within, simply select the book in your inventory. The recipes will then appear under the master category of your crafting log. So you'll gain a whole new tab under crafting. How many clear prisms do I want? How many would that be? That would be... yeah, it's expensive, but... So let's go to inventory. Towards the back here. Let's find... actually, let's sort. Right-click, hit sort. And I can actually do a few more things. So the wind-up airship, for example, if I use this, it disappears from my inventory, and just like with pets, it will appear behind me since it's technically a pet. I am in armor. There we go. So use... learn the master armor recipe. I don't know if I have to be in the log and into the class in order to use it. Probably, just to make sure I don't mess it up. But anyway, if we go to here, no, here, thank you, we have the option to make glamour prisms. So as a armor, it takes me 1 clear prism and 2 steel rivets. It will be different depending on, I want to say job you're in. So let's just go through... let's just go down the line. So items, master carpenter, blacksmith. I'm assuming steel rivets still. Yeah. But how about... I wonder if I can even teach it yet. Goldsmith, leatherworker, weaver, alchemist. Ooh, I wonder actually if culinarian can't... I might have spoke too soon. Alchemist, weaver, leatherworker, goldsmith, armor, blacksmith, carpenter. Ooh. Ooh, there is no culinarian. So discard what I said if you are culinarian. You need to pick something other than culinarian. Sorry, culinarian. They might need to rework that. Damn. Even if you make it out of rock salt. Come on, Yoshi P. Let us make it out of something. What could possibly be an ingredient that we could use that would be funny? In the 15 range. Cocoa beans? Maple sugar, Edel goat milk. Mineral water? Use it to shape it, perhaps? There's other stuff that uses table salt, whatever. An equivalent. Make it oranges. Just make it Lanacian oranges. It doesn't make sense, but it does for the quest. Like, make it a little nod to the quest. Make it fit. Anyway. Carpenter. So as you can see for this, we don't have any recipes yet. Also, I can make furniture now. If you go into the middle one, you can make all kinds of furniture once you get high enough in level, just like with making other recipes. Anyway, inventory. This is gonna take a hot minute, so sorry. Yes, because I'm curious. Ah, yes, walnut lumber. See, like, what does walnut lumber have to do with a glamour prism? Or what does steel rivets have to do with a glamour prism? Just let me choose something of equal value for culinarian. Make it oranges, like I said. Then it ties into the story quest and it's funny. Goldsmith, leatherworker. What do you mean unable to change class at this time? Thank you. Alchemist. Oops. I keep doing that every time. It's also driving me crazy, so don't worry. Last one. Every time. But at least this is the last, so. There. Yeah, what did you use? Undyed velveteen. What that has to do with the crystal? Heck if I know. But anyway, now we can craft our own glamour crystals in every class except culinarian because culinarian got the short stick. And you guys, I think you are probably like way out. 35, 47. For most of these two. Trauma Queen, but very funny. Level 50. Yeah, you're not going to be taking these until like a while. Woo! Hello, person. Deep in the desert of my heart, a lonely flower blooms, yearning for the heavens above to quench my thirst for you. Woo! Yeah, that was my reaction too. I would thank you not to sneak up on me like that. Now please be advised, this is private property. Unless you have pertinent business here, I must ask you to... You're here at the behest of Y'shtola? My sincerest apologies. May I please have your name? AetherNightmare, AetherNightmare. Ah, here you are. Ahem. I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands, headquarters of the Science of the Seventh Dawn. My name is Tataru, and I look forward to assisting you during your time with us. Yeah, I wonder if her name is supposed to be similar to Taru Taru, which is what Lalafels were in Final Fantasy XI. The antecedent is within the solar. I shall let her know to expect you. It is meant to be a reference to them? Okay. I thought maybe. And she is your best girl. Well, I'll have to take your word for it. I need to see more of her. I take it you are Bren Nightmare. Tataru sent word that you had arrived. Lady Minophilia has eagerly awaited your coming. This way, if you please. Anything good? Nope.
So you're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much.
Oh my gosh, actual voice acting.
Well met, friend. My name is Minophilia, and I lead the Scions of the 7th Dawn. I have awaited your coming. Please, be at ease. You are among friends here. No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time. First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the 7th Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space? A mind without a body?
Usually that's a sign of a serious medical condition or disassociation from trauma, but in the case of our character, yes.
All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo. The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the Echo. With that established, let us return to the subject of the Primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace.
I kind of forget if anybody else has the Echo as well, or if it's just Minophilia and me.
Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea.
Could always ask.
But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
You can't tell me because it's spoilers. Alright, fair enough. Dang it! They're not all voiced. Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and at a word from me, they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? There are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. Seriously, this game is like $12 a month. Just add the voice acting. It pays for itself, okay? Just add VA, please. At least for main story quests. The papers you requested, my lady. Thank you, Tataru. The pleasure is mine, milady. By way of a welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty of adding your name to the Retainer's Registry. As of now, you are entitled to employ the services of a retainer. Finally, I can run my own shop. You will need to consult Retainer Vocate regarding the particulars of this arrangement, but believe me when I say that retainers will prove invaluable to you in your adventuring endeavors. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all in our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we will ask that you aid us in the fullest extent of your talents. A mutually beneficial relationship, I am sure you will agree, and one which serves the greater good besides. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that we are all concerned are aware of what is expected of them. Now you know our purpose and what we can offer you. I invite you to consider joining us. When you have come to a decision, you may tell me without fear or censure. Never mind that I just got bribed. In good faith, I shall entrust you with our order's password, which our members use to reach one another when afield. It is Wild Rose from Final Fantasy II. Pray keep it safe. I'm assuming that's for like the link pearls. Hiring a retainer. Retainers are helpful NPCs who can be hired by players to carry out such tasks as storing excess skill and gear. Storing excess skill and gear, I can't fucking read. Or selling unwanted items on the markets. They may also be sent afield on ventures, so store stuff that I'm using for certain tasks and crafting and sell the rest for other people so they don't have to do their own crafting, because a lot of people only want to focus on like one disciple of hand at a time. They don't have a case of the crazies like I do. I've never sent them on ventures before to gather materials in my stead. Usually I do that by myself. Again, because I have the crazies. A contract of service can be drafted by Freedweeb in Limsa, Parnell in Gridania, Chachabi in Ul'dah, Prunilla in Ishgard. That's going to be a while still. Or Kazashi in Kugane. I know Ishgard's not going to be till Heavensward. Said Kuzashi probably comes after. We Scions have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as primals. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray consider this when you give me your answer. Yeah, I just wish it came without the migraines and the fainting every time I use magic. What will you say? I will go where the wild rose blooms. Yours is no small endeavor. A wild rose by any other name. Minophilia is waiting to hear whether or not you will pledge your support to the science of the Seventh Dawn.
I take it you will help us.
Just like Final Fantasy II, you have to say it back to the princess that gives it to you.
Wonderful. I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells?
It's not a spoiler either, it's literally the beginning of the game.
It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Papa Limo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there.
This is the Gridania crew.
Welcome.
Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
And I only realized later that the people you would be introduced to at the beginning of the game, so we met Y'shtola early on, would be based off of your starting town, so you would meet those two if you start in Gridania, and you would meet, like, Thancred, for example, if you started in Ul'dah.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team.
So yes, the intro is ever so slightly different depending on where you start out. Not like a huge difference, but who you talk to and who you meet initially.
If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. I have been expecting you.
And obviously, Y'shtola is if you start in Limsa.
Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Good luck understanding his English, though, because it is very unique.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night.
And a tad pretentious.
The words of a dear friend. I'm glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
I was giving her a high-pitched voice. I didn't realize I needed to make it a tad higher.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family.
To be fair, I think the voice clip that I heard of her once in a meme was from later installments, and I think they changed voice actresses, so that might be why.
But without further ado, I would assign you your first task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amalj'aa and Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo.
I'm very curious what Crystal Caravan means in the context of this game, because it means something very different in a few other Final Fantasies.
But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
Aye, the evidence left behind implicates the Amalj'aa, who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
Are they really pronounced Amalj'aa? Because I've been pronouncing it Amalj'aa this whole time.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation.
This is another major reason why I prefer games with voice acting, even if the voice acting is bad, because it helps me so much with pronunciations. I'm not a visual learner or pronouncer. I am an auditory learner and pronouncer, and I need to hear it multiple times.
You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ul'dah.
Can I hire a translator alongside a retainer? Because there are times I feel like I need one for him. Oh, not Thancred. I'm sorry.
Service, fair lady.
Not Thancred. Shoot, it's stuck. Big tall elf guy with a hood behind me. Why is it stuck? Urianger. Sorry, I thought you meant Urianger. I'm sorry, I'm half paying attention. Get out of your own head, friend. Pay attention. Because, like, Urianger, for example, if I attempted to pronounce that by myself, I'd be pronouncing it Urianger or something, so we need VA. We need VA for these very reasons. And I will continue to mess it up until I'm used to it. Through this first mission, you will come to understand the nature of our struggle with the primals. The realm may appear well on its way to recovery, but reality paints a far bleaker picture. The truth is out there, and I would have you discover it for yourself. Cue UFO music sounds. Also, a lot of these are just like terms and phrases that we don't use in common Western English, so that's another reason why I have a tendency to struggle with some of the things in this game. They are not words, phrases, or pronunciations that we use like at all over here. Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery and spate of abductions. Crimes which we believe to be connected. Assuming we are correct, it is like that any discoveries we make in relation to one will further our understanding of the other. So it's a holistic detection. Now, since the attack on the caravan, our friends at Amalj'aa and Sons Mineral Concern have doubled security of all their shipments. In light of this, it is my judgment that the abduction should be our priority. Here's a helpful tip. Assume all Elizan/Elven characters to follow a French pronunciation. Not dissing, just offering helpful tip. It would be a helpful tip, except for one small little factor that needs to be remembered. I don't speak French! I'm not Canadian. I can see Canada, but I'm not Canadian. Yeah, you only speak correct English, TM. Oh no, Calamity is being sassy in chat. In light of this, it is my judgment that all the abductions should be our priority. No offense to anybody who is Canadian or speaks French, but I don't speak Canadian. I took Spanish in high school. I speak a little bit of Japanese. I speak a little bit of Spanish. I don't speak any French. According to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Dryborn, so that would seem to be a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Isambard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see that he gives us his full cooperation. I'm trying to learn a little bit of like Chinese and Korean pronunciation for other media, but French is not something I know anything about. You speak a little bit of Spanish and German because of your parents? Ah, nice. Weirdly enough, my dad was born in Germany, my biological dad, but I don't actually speak any German. None of that side of the family ever attempted to teach me any. You study French on Duolingo and have learned one truth: exaggerate all vowels and don't pronounce consonants. But yeah, sorry. Primary language is English. I'm working on a few other languages. French is not one of them. No offense, France. No offense to France. I'm just a weeb. But, let's see. We are going to Camp Reborn, which we have not been to before, so we can either go down and around, or we can go straight across. I think I will start out at the Black Brush and just walk. France knows what it did. I'm sorry, France. Nothing personal. And Canada. Most specifically Montreal. I do have 2 friends in Montreal, but they both speak English, so it supplements my lack of French. Anyway, onward! Probably a bit of a slow walk again, because haven't been here, so I can't warp in, but gotta make the trek sometimes. We don't have the chocobo yet. Oh, I should have gone back and set up a retainer. I'll do that in my next trip. So I can start selling stuff. My inventory is getting quite cluttered. Sell stuff, and also basically they count as a holding for a lot of items. Like the magical chests in other video games. You put stuff in one chest, it magically appears in another chest. They are all linked across the dimensions. Whoa! It's rainy season, apparently. Guess it's having a super duper powerful rains over in Japan right now, too. What are they called? Monsoons? I don't even know if it's monsoon for them right now, but they're getting one. And there it goes, just like that. Weather, it be fickle. But that's how it is where I live too, so makes sense to me. We had a storm recently, it was like a little microburst. And it flooded everything, and it only lasted for 10 minutes, and yet everybody was almost up to their knees in some water. So yeah, that was fun. So it was super duper sunny except for a tiny cloud above us that ended up flooding everything. Should be the leave mate. Popanagu, the local leave quest representative in Camp Reborn, is seeking an adventure to undertake guild leaves. Good evening to you, adventurer. I'm Popaganu, representative of the Adventurers Guild. I have a number of fine guild leaves in my possession, which I will gladly allow you to undertake. Allow me to undertake. I will allow you to work. If you prove yourself sufficiently capable, that is. You see, protocol dictates they administer a trial guild leave. Until you complete it, I can grant you no more, despite all the other ones I've done. A normal Florida afternoon shower. Yeah, that's similar to here, too, because of the Great Lakes. How about this task? Review the details and tell me if you're up to the challenge. Also known as Neighbor Learns Hard Way, why we don't get rid of the blood channels in the yards. I know you don't like them aesthetically, but they serve a purpose. His house is flooded so many times, it's not even funny. He keeps having to redo it. Quest accepted. Like, it's getting sad at this point. I'm Ibzenbar, here to search for missing folk, I take it. Minfilia sent word that an adventurer fitting your description would be along. She also warned us to be wary of Amalj'aa? I've already forgotten how to pronounce it. Amalj'aa. It seems we know who the culprits are at the very least. Big lizard people. Now then, I bear no official title at this camp, but the people here have come to look for me for leadership. You have my word that I'll do all I can to help see the victims safely returned. Not to be confused with my lizard self. I'm more people than lizard, they're more lizard than people. Let's get right into it then. Minfilia names the Amalj'aa culprits in this. You need to do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied in these lands by Amalj'aa hands. The flames burn where they might, but their light cannot stay the darkness in all places at all times. There have been brutal murders of callers of the Church of Saint Adama, Landama, innocents wishing no more than to pay their respects to the dead. The poor souls deserve a proper burial. I would see to the deed before mongrels catch their scent, but I know not if the Amalj'aa still linger. Would you secure the remains for me, friend? You will find them on the eastern road. 12 willing, you may even come to learn something of what the Amalj'aa seek in this area. Can you please bury our dead? Pick them off the side of the road and bury them at the church. For us. Thanks. You've come to grieve. Have you lost someone dear? I see. Simply another fair adventurer to come to our outpost. Well, in that case, I have an adventure for you. What say you make for the plains to the east and carve up a few cuts of sirloin from some Myotargus nannies? Sheep. We're tending to wounded men at the inn who is close to death. We would like nothing more than to give them a feast of nice, juicy sirloins for what might be his last meal. Dang. Wish I get that kind of treatment. Once you have the sirloins, take them directly to Sister Zozaru at the inn. Looking for a bit of work, are we? Well, it just so happens I'm looking for someone to put down some mongrels, 7 of the beasts. The bloody things have nearly overrun the area to the southeast of here. They attract the locals' livestock, aught that moves. You needn't show the foul things any mercy. Go, we're all quested up. Where is Chocobo? Chocobo Retainer is probably on the top level. I'm on the bottom level. Let me just double check with this. Yeah, okay, good. Leaves. Gonna want me to do it with the beckon command. I'll probably do it in my own time, because guild leaves can be weird. There's the Choco Keep. I gotta get it registered so I can Choco Keep myself back here. If this was your Baldur's Gate campaign, you would just raise those bodies on Earth. It would be such a waste to bury, right? I see you're another one who has started the Baldur's Gate trend. Well met, traveler. Might I interest you in a Chocobo Porter? Not right now, but I need to get you registered to come back. I got quests. Quests everywhere. And to be fair, there are zombies shambling about as a result of, well, just that, ironically, but anime dead, because why shouldn't we have more friends? Oh no. Here we are. Yep. Hang on. I gotta deal with some of those people who are in Camp Animate Dead. Sorry, friends. Work is work. Nothing personal, but I signed a contract and need to get paid. You've owned it for 3 years. Do not speak of trends to me. I was there when it was an alpha. Oh, that's right. It's actually been out for a while, hasn't it? I believe Oxygen Not Included is the only game I've done out of early access so far. Just because I'm one of those people whose backlog is so huge, I tend to stick with getting things on sale. Because I know it'll be a pretty long while before I get to most games, unfortunately. Due to work, prior obligations, let's playing. I have this bad habit of picking up games and not playing them for another 5 years or so. Which at this point we've all seen. As someone who has owned Xenoblade for how long? First and only game I ever got in pre-order. Finished it, I believe, earlier this week. Yeah. I got the Wii version on pre-order. Finished the Switch version. The Switch version! Earlier this week. Yeah, says a lot, don't it? Thankfully, I've taken up a mantra of no getting things twice unless it's a major upgrade, but still. Oop, oof. Wasn't watching where I was going. Throw it! Thank you. So there we go. This is where we get horns and stuff. Should probably be taking out the billies since I need their horns. Getting some steaks, which I know I'll need for the culinarian quest. Feel bad about taking out sheep, though, especially when people could really just learn how to ranch. Just saying. There we go. Edelgort horn, which is not the same thing as a ram horn. Do I probably need to get them from the billies? Specifically. Nope, that's an Edelgort horn too. Where the heck do I get ram horns then? Gonna have to look that up later. You, yes you, adventurer, I need you to fetch 3 bottles of Furball blood, and do so with all haste. Where do you find Furball blood, you ask? Why, from Furballs, of course. Now hurry, it's a matter of life and death. Yes, that explains it. Furballs. Furballs? Ooh. Hang on. This is a nice view. Do not look down, Claudrian. You must not, you will not, you cannot look by the 12. Would you frighten me half to death? But you must forgive me, I've been a bit restless as of late. With these winged nightmares swooping in from every which direction, picking and poking and prickling at me. I'm afraid I may be no help with that, considering I am also technically a nightmare. I might as well pack up my instruments and go home, as I won't be getting an ounce of research done. However, if a kind adventurer like yourself were to use these scarecrows to drive the birds away, it may be another story. What do you say? Really? You're more concerned with the birds than, you know, that. We've been dispatched by the Order of Naldal to conduct a thorough investigation of the ruins. We've only begun to scratch the surface, yet it is already clear that they host countless untold secrets from an age of Beldia. Secrets of which will remain hidden forever if something is not done about those accursed buzzards. Ever since they began nesting across the chasm, we've spent more hours wiping their droppings off our tomes than doing research of any sort. If you ask us not to eradicate the entire species, the buzzard is a clever bird, slay 4 or so, and I suspect the rest of the flock will find somewhere else to roost. You know, just putting it out there, but if your issue is bird poop most of the time, the issue with having too many birds pooping in your vicinity is because you keep feeding them. Maybe eliminate that before requesting I eliminate the birds. Probably all these dead bodies laying around. Just saying. Okay, how does... There we go, there's stairs. Scarecrow. I might try Baldur's Gate in the future, but it's probably going to be something that I wait a while to get to, just like everything else, because I'm busy. Actually, let's take a look at one of these scarecrows really quick. What's it look like? Get the text out of the face. There we go. Scarecrow be thick. It's got tiny head and just absolutely thick thighs. Okay, where's the last one? It's probably over on the other bridge. How do I... There we go. It's a great introduction to D&D. You've mentioned that. That's up here. Yeah, the thing with D&D in my area is there's just not enough people to actually D&D with. Live in a pretty rural setting, so unless you have a group of friends that's already into that, it's kind of hard to find a group. Especially since I live in an area where people also tend to be super serious. And therefore, probably wouldn't be interested. Okay, there we go. Buzzard's done. Now for the fur balls. They really are fur balls. Oh, the eyes, though. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. Okay, you know what? I was gonna say it was cute, but then the eyes. It has human eyes! What the hell is that? What is that? Oh, no! That's not good! Those eyes, those were a design choice. Whew. Anyway, back down the bridge. What part of the missing quest am I guess it has to do with him. Well, have you brought the verbal blood I asked for? If so, hand it over, and quickly now. At long last, my friend, you're a godsend. Now how did it go? Ah yes, stir twice a dash of spittle, shackle thrice more, and voila! Well, what are you waiting for, friend? Grab yourself a dollop and start spreading. My scalp cries out for succor, and try not to miss a spot. It's It's Rogaine. Or what's the other one? Keeps? You made it into Keeps. Ooh. My, that tingles. Why, I can already feel my pores opening. In no time at all, that'll have the flowing locks and full long. Open pores is actually probably going to give you acne. It's usually a sign that you're not well rested. Typically you want toned pores, not open pores, even for good hair growth. Can't thank you enough, friend. With the sun beating down the way it does in these parts, a bald pate is a potentially fatal affliction. Get a hat. Do not look down. Oh, you've seen to the birds, have you? Splendid work, friend. Now, to head back down and return to my research. Worry not. I'll be along any moment now. Be on your way. Okay, there we go. Next level gear. Finally. Ah, greetings. Thanks to you, my research has finally gotten off the ground. So many discoveries to be made and ancient wonders to be restored. And yet, I have only these two hands at which to do my work. If only I could convince the Order of potential significance of my work, perhaps they'd be willing to dispatch aid. I have here a report of my findings thus far. Might you be so kind as to deliver it to, Kyokyozo at Val's Respite? Free of savage peckings and buzzer droppings at last. I cannot thank you enough, friend. When I make my next historic discovery, you may take pride in knowing that you helped make it possible. Again, I finally get a little bit of an appearance update. I actually do like this armor, because even the feet... Let me stand on a rock so you can see them better. My feet have... It's kind of hard to tell from this angle. Claws on them. I have clawed boots. I don't know how to turn my UI off, but... You can kind of see them. From the top it's harder to tell, but... Kind of fits the character, no? Where is the next? Just pull up my map real quick. Oh, one's gonna be way over here. Oh, let me guess. I probably need that for like my leggings or something. Guess these boots are made for hoofing it. Looks like there may be something else along the way in the process. Okay, seriously, why does a bug have a cuter face than an enemy that is literally named Furball? I will not let this go. I feel personally slighted. I've never looked them in the eyes before. Due to an outdated prescription, I've only taken a slightly fuzzy glance towards their general direction. Never seen them with clarity. Updating those to HD next year isn't going to be the best of feats, will it? Welcome, adventurer. May you find respite from your hardships. You bring a report from the Claudian of Highbridge. A most welcome surprise indeed. I was prepared to wait months before that young one made any significant progress. What's this? The ruins date back to the latter Belladonian era, and the house's final resting place is the Ludofuto IV himself? The historical implications of this research are beyond anything the Order had imagined. I must arrange for additional researchers and supplies to be sent to the High Bridge immediately. Final Fantasy V reference. Adventurers, merchants, travels, Val's Respite is always open to those who seek momentary reprieve from hardships of the road. In the past, we welcomed countless multitudes throughout the doors. Sadly, the growing presence of hostile beast tribes and savage creatures now deters many from making the pilgrimage. A shame, is it not? Perhaps you could come to our aid. The most fearsome of local fauna is the axbeak. Were you to thin the flock, say, by 4 birds or so, I do believe that these halls would be more approachable. Should be right outside. Ooh, careful not to hit the Gatling there, level 50. That could go very bad very fast. Archer. Any more axe beaks? Some over there. Technically out of the zone, but they probably still count. Yeah. 4, so let's aggro 2. Getting some animal hides for leather, at least 2. I wonder what this little cave is. Maybe it's like a dungeon we can't go to yet. Would guess so by the little red dot. My adventuring friend, a traveling merchant and his family, just walked through the doors not moments ago. Each encounter is a blessing that would not have come to pass had the fearsome fowl continued run rampant on our halls. For this I thank you. Get some brown dye. I am loath to trouble you again, but you have proven yourself a friend to the Order. I have an urgent missive to be delivered to the Hihibaru of Highbridge. Or, to be precise, a petition. The Order will entreat high-wind skyways to establish regular flights between Highbridge and Ul'dah. Such flights would greatly ease the travel of pilgrims to Thal's Respite, not to mention stimulate commerce in the area. This is for the latter reason that we believe Hihibaru and his fellow merchants will lend his support. Go now, and may the traders watch over your journey. Okay, let's look in the big hole. I gotta stick my head in the big hole. Come on. It's a statuary and a sword. I'm assuming this is gonna be for story later. Let's see. Anything noteworthy in here? Apparently not. Darn. Let's get sneak going. Might see what's available for mining and whatever. Not a whole lot in this area. Might be more of a botanist zone. Okay, that is on. I only have the one prospecting ability. Really, there is nothing up here. Are you for real? There's gotta be something up here. There's no way this whole zone is empty. Maybe it's just too high for me to make use of it. Are you dead serious? There is nothing up here. What the heck? It's gotta just be because it's below me in levels. It's gotta be. Oh yeah, I don't know if I've explained this, but the little circle you see around me that I can activate and deactivate at will, basically this, it's called Sneak. Basically, enemies of the same level as me or lower cannot see me when I have this on, so it lets me gather in peace and not get interrupted. Are we being for real with the harvesting right now? There is nothing. Maybe it's because I'm level 22. I don't know. There we go. Finally, something. Level 25, lush vegetation over here. Okay, it probably is based off levels then. Because I could have sworn I mined some stuff before. We got Alamegan mustard. Already pre-ground mustard. Okay. Mustard plant would make sense. Pre-ground mustard. Am confused. Pearl ginger. Millicorn. Got corn. And button mushrooms. I remember I need button mushrooms. So that really be it for vegetation, huh? Wow. Alright. Cannot use yet. Mineral deposits. See, that's way back over there. Oh my gosh. Whatever. I'd like to get them logged, but I need to at least look at them for them to be logged for later. I realize that's a pun. But I digress. I'll be farming that in my own time. Getting lots of experience. Let's save the big EXP boosts for my actual combat characters for now. While we're doing MSQ. It's above me, isn't it? It's good to see you've returned. Were you able to secure the remains of our fallen? Here's your corpses. With the bodies given back to the earth, the souls will find their way across to the other side. You've done a noble deed this day, I thank you. Now then, what are the Amalj'aa? I say it different every single time. This is gonna be like a running joke. Amalj'aa. Did you see any? Surely such massive monstrosities as they cannot conceal their presence, much less take their quarry unawares. They're not that massive. I mean, like, we live in the same realm as, you know, I forget what they're called, the great big giant green people. Ah, so they were Amalj'aas remaining. After all, I feared as much. Their part of the low board disappearing is all but confirmed. Here's. But I sense there is more to this than meets the eye. The occasional Amalj'aa raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great, and their questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn another hand in this. But whose? Countless travelers pass through Reborn every day, and even if it were one among them, how could we best discover who would be implicit in such vanishings? So Thanalan is plagued by several fewer mongrels, is it? Excellent. I lost my love to a pack of mongrels 3 years past. We were to be wed. They tore him apart. When we finally chased them off, my love was in 7 pieces. Since then, I've asked every adventurer I see to pass through here to slay 7 of the beasts. My vengeance is unceasing, but if I can spare just one other bride-to-be the suffering I have known, then it will all have been worth it. I mean, on one hand, they're fiends, on others, it's probably not the best idea to decimate the local wildlife for revenge, just saying. What say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves? It may be among them we find reasons for the vanishings. 12 forbid it be so. There is a merchant by the name of Ungust, who was born here in Reborn and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone else. I'd wager he's at the inn, quipping away the day's earnings. Here, I'll write a note for you to show him. Else he's not here to speak like to you. He's not likely to speak to you. English. He should probably be down this way. These two races right here. This one and this one. We have these. The Amalj'aa are not that much compared to these. Oh, not you. Gods be damned, you're that bloody adventurer who threatened me back in Ul'dah. What in Seven Hills do you want with me now? I'm slightly too close to him, so it kind of gives the impression that he, like, drunkenly stumbled and I'm holding him up. Against my better judgment. Missing people? Please help. Yours isn't barred. Folk around here are as wary as they come. They'll turn tail and run if you so much as piss wind nearby. Played them all for fuels and coaxed some hard labor out of them, I did. If anything, they've been more timid than before, and with all the disappearances, you can't go talk to them yourself if you don't believe me. Yeah, that was an accident. You could just pretend he, like, fell on me. Does shopkeep actually sell anything? Oh yeah, meat kebab, dodo omelet, grilled carp, raw oyster, lentils and chestnuts. I feel like that's something that's gonna be... Oh, but it wouldn't be high enough quality to pass for my culinary exam, never mind. Roast nopals. Chicken and mushrooms, sounds good. Stone soup. Mashed popotes, potatoes, but they call them like papotas for some reason. Pearl chocolate. Grape juice. Blue cheese. I love blue cheese. Unpopular opinion, but I like the moldy blue cheese. But it's cheese that has mold on it. I don't know how to tell you this, but all cheese is fermented in mold. They just scrape it off for the ones that you get traditionally, like cheddars. Please, miss, just leave me be. I've nothing to say but this. Thou take who, or whatever, has been feeding off us low folk. What do you want from me? I don't know anything, I swear. Please don't kill me. Also, if you like decent breads, you know, you've also probably eaten yeast. Which is also technically fun guy. Assuming question is going to be up here? Maybe not. That's weird. Where are you? I guess... Oh, maybe it's in an inn. It's inside the house, I bet. Do I need a few twists and turns? Probably, but not in that direction. Maybe it's behind the house. Wrong door! It's one of these. There we go. Found you. Please lower your voice. What business brings you? Sirloin. Miotragus sirloins. I take it Tootsie has sent you. Thanks for your efforts, my friend. But I fear you are too late. The man whom these steaks were meant to succumb to his wounds just moments ago. Pray do not despair. He feasts with Thal now, and Thal has seen the good in you this day. Also, if you're really, really sick and on the verge of dying, you probably actually aren't in the mood for eating steaks. Similar to when you're really sick, you probably want something more like a soup broth, if anything at all. Never underestimate how delicious chicken broth and saltines are when you aren't feeling well. Dead, is he? You did a good thing, friend. No use fretting over the order in which things pass. What matters is that they do pass, and nothing passes goes unseen by the gods. There's a graveyard near the Dryborn. A lot of folk bring their dead and dying this far. Many just dump them here to spare themselves the trouble and the cost of the burial. This poor soul at least had a family that rushed to his side. Count him lucky for that. 'Twas just his time to heed Thal's call. Best let it go and move on. There's business what needs doing. Plots, graves, embalming, tombstones. Nothing in life is free, not even death. Back for more, are you? Good. Now riddle me this. In a camp such as ours, so close to the graveyard, what do you think sells faster than we can stock? Aye, flowers. To the east here lies the remains of an enormous gubu, and so many plants sprout around it that you would think you'd found the Black Shroud in the middle of Thanalan. Some say the gubu came down from the mountains at the time of the calamity, and carried with them the seeds that became all those plants. But then, all I'm really after are 3 sprigs of Althic lavender. Seems simple enough, right? Oop. Oh, that scared me. Who landed their Gundam right behind my head? Just as I told you, wasn't it? A whole lot of them are terrified. There's been talk of folks getting abducted, but if you ask me, they simply up and move to a better place. This place isn't exactly Costa del Sol, if you know what I'm saying. Tropical resort town. Welcome back. Have you learned aught of import? I see. I suppose I should have expected as much from Ungust. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. The common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious beliefs. Perhaps if they speak freely to the gods, then the clergy may know something of use. If we would know what the common folk speak of to their gods, we've no better place to ask than the Church of Saint Adama Ladama. It's a small and humble church found to the northwest of here. And so long as you're headed there, might I ask you to deliver this embalmed corpse? A morbid request, I grant you. I mean, I've already been asked to pick him up, so at what point? But it must be borne to burial, and I trust none more than you to see it done. See, you got a man named Marcus. He tends the graves of the Lichard. He will tell you where the body is to be interred. Also, these are very pretty wings. Do they come in other colors? So you basically need to head north and then sort of wrap up and around like this. It's at the top of the hill. I'm Marcus. A body? Of course. There have been so many bodies of late. I apologize. If you seek a place of burial, then there's an empty grave atop the ridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there. There's also 2 quests around here. Here. Wants me to go this way. This is some dry, compacted earth to be digging a ditch in, but I guess here we go. Did we just lay it there? That's not burying it. Dig! We're in Aura. We have claws. Dig. Thank you. May they all walk in Thal's realm. What? Missing people? I'm afraid I cannot help you. But maybe Sister Orkin can. She's been kind to me. Everyone has been so kind. I don't know why, though. Pardon me. You'll find Sister Orson within the church walls. Orkin? Orson? Orca? Shy Lily? I don't know. I hear you've done us a service of burying a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it to Isambard when you next see him. You seek knowledge of missing Dryborn inhabitants. It's true that I'm closer to the people than any of the Order. I confide in them. And they in me. When they wish to speak to the Keeper Thal, I am the medium in which they do so. Should I learn anything pertinent, I'll be sure to share the information with you. I only wish Marcus would be more helpful in the matter. I pray he did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep. Indeed, he seems to now prefer the company of the dead, other than the living. While tragic, I fear that such behavior ill befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man called Thancred, I believe, took offense at his conduct. I must have words with Marcus, and soon. What did he and Thancred argue about? You've troubled yourself to come all this way. I wonder if I might not trouble you a bit further. As you well know, we keep a lichard here. The scent of death's decay draws blowfly swarms, which are as unclean as they are unwelcome. Slay 5 of these pestilent swarms, and the church will be in your debt. Actually, most of the time, flies are excellent for getting rid of pestilence. As weird as it sounds, I know they are associated with pestilence, but they're actually usually fantastic if they are not the kind that feast off of living humans like botflies for getting rid of pestilence, because they eat all of the decay, and then they just, you know, kind of fuck off and do their own thing. So, be welcome to the Church of Saint Amalj'aa. I am Sister Errol. I gather you are on no pilgrimage. You look to be an adventurer. If so, might I impose on you help to tend the lichard while you're here with us? The graves are far outnumber those who keep them. Alone, we cannot possibly do all that needs to be done. Would you like to gather up old offerings currently laying about outside? I made note of at least 6 during my last rounds throughout the yard. That's true of outhouses in the past as well. People would, you know, cultivate maggots and then dump them down inside because the maggots eat all of the waste inside of the pits, and then they just fly out as flies, but they don't tend to bother people because they have no interest in living people. They just blow away to the wind. So it was an excellent way of emptying those. Sounds gross, but actually it's more sanitary than just letting it sit and potentially get in your drinking water. Behold the ways of the old. One more. Gather the old offerings. Stuff that is probably decayed or is now empty, so it does no longer sits as litter. Creating a mess in other parts when the wind picks up. Where the heck is the last one? Over here somewhere. My gosh, why can I not find it? There it is. There's one. We're able to gather all the old offerings. I assume so. Thank you. Would that there were naught else to be done, I must see to collecting the weathered vases, urns, and ewers before long. The dead sleep soundest in a tidy grave. I have no shortage of work to offer. Should you care to take it, speak to me again when you feel so compelled. So you're telling me that the zombies arise from litter? So you wish to honor the dead once more. Excellent. Make offerings of these Nemea lilies at some of the simpler graves in the Lichard. The poor souls died alone, you see, with no one left to grieve for them. Well, maybe it's how their attitude in life transpired to no one grieving for them. I know people don't like to think about that, but there's usually a reason. There are 5 such graves scattered about the Lichard that I would have you tend to, and remember, friend, mind your surroundings and pay the proper respect with each bundle of lilies. You are all they have. Thank you, friend. If the swarms were to spread their pestilence at the church unchecked before long, we would need to mourn the morning. Which, ironically, I made worse by getting rid of the flies. For the time being, at least, the grieving can pray in peace of the dead to cross over safely. Thals bless you. Just because you culturally think something is gross doesn't mean it's actually unclean. Just saying. One more. You know, this is for some people this is a full-time job. Maybe consider hiring an undertaker. Just a thought. Once more you have my thanks. No doubt the souls of the departed can take some small comfort in the care you've shown their graves. This boy was not here before, I don't think. In days gone by, the Lichard was small, humble plot, but all that changed after the calamity. The dead grew in number, and so the yard grew with them. It is still simple, despite its size. Of course, that self-made simplicity that keeps it from becoming more of a priority for the Order. We can ill afford to assign adequate numbers to its keeping, just as we cannot charge the poor to bury their beloved. Yet that does not stop many who come calling to see their dead put to rest here. Those few of us who tend to the yard haven't the time to see the offerings of our piety demands. The simple graves you visited belong to those who died alone. Let us pray the sweet fragrance you've delivered grants some modicum of relief from their lonely solitude, if ever for a short while. You're one of them venturer folk, ain't you? I'd be much obliged for a little help. I'd like to make a tombstone for my kid sister what passed, you see. It's also not that we're charging to bury the dead, it's that we're charging to dig a hole and carve a stone and put a stone on the hole and keep the area clean. It's not about burying the dead. It's about all the other stuff. If you want to dig your own hole, then, like, dig your own hole. But I ain't got the gil to get it done. I hear there's nice rocks for the taking aways from here, but I ain't old enough to fend off no wild beasts and such. I was hoping for a bit of cloud marble. She really would have liked that. Crops right up with the ground to the east of here, they say. If you could find a bit and see to Brother SMR, he and my big sis might be ever so grateful. New quest. Okay, that's going to be over there. I'll probably end up going over there as part of the MSQ, so... let's tend to that first. Thank you. A burial is no easy thing, even when the departed is a stranger. We're able to learn aught of the missing common folk. You've been keeping yourself rather busy of late, haven't you? Is that a bad thing? A pleasure, my dear Isambard. The name is Thancred, and I share a passion with you and your mutual friend here for learning what has become of these missing persons and why. I too spoke with Ungust more times than I care to count. There seems to be some truth to the notion of the common folk speaking their secrets only to those in service of the gods. Prostration, prayer, penance, abject deeds done behind closed doors, away from prying eyes. Who better to take the pious unawares than those who takes confession? The good sister Orkin herself. Orkin, she wouldn't. She couldn't. Even the most beautiful roses have thorns, my friend, and you would be wise to keep an eye on this rose. Still, village keeper Marcus, I'd swear that the 12 has seen that face elsewhere before. Anything here? Nope, that's mage gear. Sister Orkin, it cannot be, though she is wont to travel the Golden Bazaar on her own, and it's not uncommon to see her speaking to the children. But no, it could not be she, could it? I grow weary of these suspicions. I know there is one child in particular that she is fond of. Pray seek out the boy, and see if you cannot glean something from this Orkin's activities. It's you again. What impeccable timing. Oh, you needn't worry. I'm not going to ask you to put down any more mongrels on my dead fiancé's behalf. My fiancé is survived by a brother, though. He puts up at the Golden Bazaar, and he has asked that I bring him a load of tuco meat. I'd see to it myself, but as you well know, I must stay here and send adventurers on mongrel hunts until every last one of the bloody beasts in the Eorzea is dead, upending the population and resulting in a ton of crops being destroyed because there's no predators to eat the herbivores. I suppose what I'm trying to say is, would you care to fell some tucos and obtain 5 chunks of their meat? Once you have enough, please deliver them to my late fiancé's brother, Benegar, at the Golden Bazaar. Trust me, my dear, with the lack of any mongrels, you're gonna have to be eating a lot of tuco meat. I hope you like tuco meat, because you're going to be eating nothing but tuco meat. Otherwise, they eat everything else. Just saying. That saying, I wonder what it tastes like. Pork? They seem more like herbivores, though, so I would assume a more venison taste. But they're also chunky, hence the more marbled taste similar to pork. I don't know. Okay, let's take the path, at least partially, so we don't boof ourselves. This feels like someplace omnivores, maybe. I don't know if they're omnivores. So you can have a chubby herbivore. Really? There's nothing down here. Yet. Think you would harvest lavender down here. Probably do. Anyway, here's the dead Gubu in question, who sprouted all the seeds. By the gods, the life that sprouted here, I've never seen anything like it. But how could this be? Perhaps it was... Oh, hello there. You must forgive me, I was admiring the plants taking root about this Gubu carcass, and well, I suppose I forgot myself in the moment. But truly, have you ever seen such lovely flowers? I would wager that not even the wealthiest Uldans could claim to have laid eyes on there like before. Please, a favor, I beg you. I dare not let these beauties out of my sight, but their soil is parched and the plants wilting. Would you fetch me some muddy spring water from the pond to the west? And if the game would like to please stop closing my map, I would appreciate it. Please, tell me you got the water. It'll be a travesty to lose this phenomena. Perfect. This will quench the root's thirst nicely, but I fear that this is not all I must ask of you. The petals and stems are covered with falcon eggs. Should they hatch, the larvae will devour every last leaf, petal, and stem. Please, you must remove any eggs you find. I wonder if some of these plants no longer exist after the calamity, and that's why they're kind of obsessing over it. But if that's the case, like, shouldn't you try to take as many seeds and samples as you can to distribute them into the climates of which they seem best suited? Just saying. Well done yet again. I dare say we staved another disaster, but our job is yet unfinished. Siphon clouds still lurk amidst the undergrowth. If left unchecked, they will undoubtedly infest the plants with their eggs once more. Here's a sting brew to bring the beasts out of hiding. Pour it over any thick bramble you see and slay whatever comes forth. Oops. I get antsy. One more. What more can I say to express my gratitude? Through your efforts, this exceptional bit of greenery will enjoy more vibrant days. As a botanist from Gridania, I've had the opportunity to study plants the realm over, yet I cannot claim to have seen such verdure before. I am convinced that what we see before us has sprouted from the Gubu's death. There is a certain beauty to it, no? A remarkable discovery. I cannot wait to finish my research and take word back to Grilled Master Fufucha. Also, take some seeds, then... Seriously? My own inner scientist is screaming at you? And assure my botanist friends are doing the same. Heck, snip off some twig sides and try and keep them alive. Just, gosh. A message from Sister Kyozo? Kyokyozo. These darn Lalafell names. Whatever business could the Order have with a common trader like me? Well, I'll be a petition for regular airship service between Highbridge and Ul'dah. The idea is so bloody brilliant, I'm right ashamed to not have thought of it myself. Business would simply go through the roof. I'll add my signature to and deliver it to the High Wind Skyward straight away. Now, if only someone would deal with those bloody, Chicharin. Highbridge would be a trader's paradise. Chicharin. Kukarin. Oftentimes Q's in Final Fantasy games are actually Ku. K-U sound. Ku. found the marble. How I'm going to be able to harvest it with my bare hands is a mystery, but I suppose we could just roleplay that I switched to miner, but still. Well, have you found my pretty posies? Ah, gorgeous. Well done, well done. I know not what's in that rotting gubu carcass, but it makes for the loveliest damn flowers I've ever laid eyes on. See, this person at least has somewhat the right idea. When it comes to offerings, they say the rarer the flower, the happier the dead. And Althic lavender is nothing if not rare. I'll be saving these to turn a petite profit when the next burial is held at the Lizard. Okay, a few more around here. And then apparently we have to go back to Ul'dah. Oh no, I don't. Gold Bazaar is actually over there, not over here. It's hidden behind the other quest. If you look behind this basic side quest, you'll find the MSQ! Have you business here again, friend? Here's a rock. Cloud marble. To make a tombstone for Eduard's sister? That boy's nothing if not trouble. It was all I could do to convince him not to go looking for a stone on his own. Still, I suppose it cannot be helped, and losing a loved one is never easy. Thank you for your part in this. I will see that the marble is used as he wishes. Gods, you venturers are sure kind folk. Now all I need is the coin for the funeral. I'm gonna stay here at the church for a bit and help out. Wouldn't be right to leave everything else to someone. It might be more to my sis if I can do it on my own. Brother Essamore and Sister Ariel are good folk too. They say I don't need no gil to bury my sis here, but I know how it works. They'll take coin to send here over to Thal's proper. That's not how it works. Creepy but pretty when the crystal glows at night like this. And of course, like usual, I need to make the first trek over a hoof. Gotta walk the whole way. If only there was some bright yellow bird. Could maybe make some of the trek for me. And is fed off of sustainable onions. And has a smile that can brighten up any journey. It apparently smells like horses. Can I interest you in a chocobo porter? I would have liked one here. But thanks for adding yourself to the stop. Where's that damn Tukuko meat I asked Caitlin to bring? It won't be long before my patrons arrive. Caitlin sent you? Excellent. This is more than enough Tukutuko meat. Some miners have come to stay at the bazaar while they prospect the area for mithril deposits. Ooh, is there mithril around here? The value quantity over quality, so I'll be serving them a feast of this piss-poor meat. Oh, so it does taste like shit. By the by, please don't tell me Caitlin is still standing at the same spot in Dryborn sending Vengers out to slay mongrels. I told her no number of mongrel pelts or heads will bring my brother back to us. I've moved on with my life. It's time she did the same. Agreed. It's harsh, but agree. Okay, strength. Hit rate, vitality. I'm told dexterity is actually kind of a shitty stat. Direct hit rate. I'll go with crit. How the hell can you be wandering about with aught to do? There's opportunity here at the Golden Bazaar as there hasn't been in years. I speak at the massive mithril deposit, of course. The miner I fed before are only the beginning. More and more of them will flock in. Coming week, mark my words. Until now, we've nothing more than a small settlement. But now the sky's the limit. An inn for the mithril miners to come to would be worth a fortune, mark my words. And I mean for that fortune to be mine. The problem is that I need bodies to help me build the inn, but I can't seem to find anyone who's willing. I've drawn up the hiring notices, hoping that they might help. Would you mind helping me get started by posting 5 of them up in prime locations? I thought miners were hard and rugged souls. I had no idea they could be so craven. You look like someone who can handle themselves. Care to kill some pests for a Lalafellin lady? I'm supposed to be leading a dig among the ruins east here for mithril deposits, but when the miners saw the vandalous imps in the area, they turned tail and fled. Slay some of the bloody buggers for me, would you? 4 dead imps should keep the others away and put the miners' minds at ease. Put up posters for hire in a town that has no people. Wouldn't it be better to put these up somewhere else, including Ul'dah? I can trek these over to Ul'dah. It would make more sense. Just saying. Or other nearby villages. Don't expect only the people that live in the town to build said town. That's gonna be the MSQ. I'll probably just end up going around in a circle. Kill some imps and come back. There's one. Sworn there was supposed to be stuff from my hunting log in here. Let's take a look at that since it's been a while. Molasses Gooboo over in Lanasi. Western Lanasi. Upper Lanasi. Okay, it's all in Lanasi. Maybe these come later. Or I'm thinking of another job class entirely. Because I could have sworn... Maybe come back down the other way. I know I said I was going to go one and I went the other, but whatevs. Would also really like to set up my retainers before this episode ends. simply so that I can get stuff to work on in the background. On days I'm just not feeling the vibe. You posted all 5? You're 12th end, but I truly don't want to let this chance pass me by. Here, take 5 more hiring notices and see them straight to the hands of whoever folk you see loitering about. Your adventures never cease to prove their worth. Now I can get these digging cowardly miners back to doing the only thing they're good for. Digging! The mithril veins are still no more than rumors, but if every miner flees at the slightest sign of danger, we'll never know for sure. I may need to hire you on a regular basis to kill those bloody imps. I fear it will be quite a while yet before any proper mining can be done. It seems the 12 are intent on plaguing me all the days, before with imps and now with earth sprites. I ordered a haul of digging tools from a merchant to the north. He was headed down to the Black Shroud when the earth sprites overtook him. Luckily, he was able to escape to Camp Reborn with his life. I need you to take that road safe, friend. Put down 3 of those earth sprites to keep the others at bay and ease the minds of the traveling merchants. Once the deed is done, find the merchant Rare Maki at the Camp Reborn and tell him to bring his haul the rest of the way here. Okay, that's gonna be out of ways, so I'll do that later. You have work? Carpenters, thank the gods. I was afraid that there be naught but mining jobs here. It's my vocation to be sure, but a man needs some variety now and then. I'll go have a word with this Vinegar fellow. I'm bored out of my gourd. Is there no work to be had in this godforsaken place? Vinegar's looking for able bodies, is he? I've done some woodworking in my day. Might as well have some use for me. What's this now? Letters. Never learned them. Can't you just read it to me? Vinegar is building a new inn, no doubt to accommodate all the new people coming from the bazaar in recent days. Taking advantage of the new foot traffic is a fine right idea, Oh, I have no intention of helping him, of course, but perhaps there's an even greater profit to be had in stocking up the food stores. Which is probably going to require you to learn to read, but I digress. What is it? Can't you see I'm busy? Vinegar needs work done, does he? Seen more miners in the bazaar of late. I reckon he's doing something with it. Rumor has it there's mithril in the ground around here. Wonder if there's any truth to it. I'm not high enough in my mining level to know. Don't have a moment to talk about that. Wait, what is this then? Hiring hands to build a new inn. Well, that's bloody welcome news. I came here after hearing there might be mithril in these parts, but the inn's all full and I've been living out of a tent. I suppose I could lend a hand in building inns till I start digging mines. Well done. Thanks to you, I've feeling I'll have the hands I need to see my inn built. It was a dark place after my brother died, but now I'm going to breathe life back into the bazaar. Level 30! There's work to be done. If you haven't let me down so far, don't start now. A miner recently came from Magina & Sons wants a sample of some stone from the eastern ruins. I've mind to give him 5 slabs of cloud marble from the invisible city, and I need you to get them. Show these to him with nigh guarantee a continued influx of miners to the bazaar. That's also way over there. Please help. Sister Orkin went out all on her own and she hasn't come back. She always reads to me right here about Thal and the Order and about the other side. I told her I lost my shiny thing and she went looking for it. But what if the monsters outside heard her? Please find her. There we go. It's sending us over this way anyway. Multi-purpose trip. There's some of those aforementioned corpses we talked about before. one from the church. Thank goodness you arrived when you did. It seems my gratitude is yours yet again. You spoke with the child. Yes, well, I was able to find his lost trinket. It is a ring given to him by his mother before she passed. I will see it safely back to him. Might as well take the long route since there's other stuff to do. None of these things even bother with me anymore. I'm too high level. He's trying to impress them with cloud marble, but the marble is actually part of ruins, not marble mined from the ground, which means this won't be exactly super duper sustainable, and it's also going to destroy history and culture. Hello, Snoopy Pants. We are looking into a conspiracy involving missing people and also mining some marble out of some ruins. Where the heck is the last piece? Look for shiny. Would it be up top? I feel like it's hiding in like some little corner or something. Not here. Don't see anything from this angle. Where on earth could it be? Hello? Maybe up top. Inside? Excuse me. You're kind of where I'm trying to... Maybe up and around. Oh, wait, right here. Found it. Behold. And then it has us go all the way back this way, sob. Earth sprites. Oh, that's right. Killing these gets us elemental crystals. I forgot about that. Okay, I see two. Pull both at once. Start a party. The heck you mean? Two out of... Oh, right. It did update fully. It's like, you better update it all the way. Otherwise, I'm gonna be upset. So we get to go all the way back. At least when I arrive at the town, I should be able to take the chocobo back down, which is faster. Alternatively, they do have a crystal I can warp to. I'm also apparently too low level for this fate, so I'm just gonna let whoever that is get bullied, apparently. I'm doing okay. We're just doing some casual chill Final Fantasy. Getting our MMO requirements done, since I originally intended to be done with this by summer, and there's less than a month left of summer. Sounds about right for my schedule keeping. Have you gotten all the cloud marble samples you need? So this is the cloud marble I've heard so much about. Gods, look at the glimmer on this stone. I must admit I've never seen it for myself. I'd only heard tell of it. I see now why the mithril rumors have risen. Now you listen to me, you bloody rock. The Golden Bazaar is counting on you. If this talk of mithril turns out to be a farce, I swear by the 12 I'll dig up every last pebble of you myself, grind you into powder, and sell you to the Chocobo stables to stop up the piss and runny shite. Yes, well, sorry about that. It's just ever since the war saw the road to Amalj'aa cut off, the Bazaar has fallen on tough times. It is a waypoint choked off from its way, and it is now little more than a point. But I will not let it be so. I'm going to make the Golden Bazaar golden once more. From there, I'll become one of the richest men in Thanalan. Then I'll finally be able to give Caitlin the life that those mongrels stole from her. She held on to the memory of my brother for so long she's becoming blind to the people who care about her. People like, well, I don't suppose you could keep that last bit from Caitlin, could you? Yeah, because Amalj'aa, which is very close to here, it's one of the adjoining areas, is where the calamity happened. So it's where Bahamut fell out of the sky. And it kind of raised everything right here, so that's another reason why this is partially so barren and desert. Isn't just the natural climate, it's because a god decided to just wreak havoc. It wreaked havoc everywhere technically, but this is where it landed, and this is also where the war before it descended took place. That you saw in the opening cutscene, which is why I saw fit to include it. Even if I had to technically edit it in. Oh yeah, this is so much faster than walking. I think your chocobo that you get yourself, its speed also technically increases with how far you get in the main story quest. So yeah, the further you progress, the faster you go. Which is kind of funny. Yeah, I always jump down. You fought off the sprites? God bless you for that, stranger. Ulala will have her tools. I fled here in fear of my life, but I've come to regret that. Have you taken a look around? There are bodies littering the ground. Dead bodies. I've no desire to stay here any longer than I must. Once I see to it that my bird is fit for travel, I'll be making for the Golden Bazaar. Which is also full of dead bodies. Actually, the Golden Bazaar is worse. The Golden Bazaar doesn't just have dead bodies, it has animated dead bodies. Zombies. Sister Orkin was attacked outside the Golden Bazaar. God's forfend. I will secure a room at the inn for her should she require any rest. Searching for the mementos of orphans, and risking her own well-being in the doing so, no less? Certainly not the dastardly deeds Thancred would have us believe. I am well glad I reserved an inn room for Sister Orkin. It seems she received greater injuries from her attacks than she initially let on. Thankfully, she is expected to make a full recovery. But how, on the other matter of hand? Thancred came looking for you once more. He left word that he would be waiting at the Amalj'aa's encampment to the south. I pray the two of you are able to uncover some evidence regarding these disappearances. Thancred! Thancred, why do you have to wait for me so far away? This is definitely the point you start hurting for a chocobo. I am level 30. I might be able to get my chocobo. I might finish up whatever MSQ is in this area and then head over to Ul'dah or something to set up my retainers. And as well see if I can maybe join a Grand Company? I don't know if I can join a Grand Company yet. That might be too soon. In the plot. You can help with the trial when you get home. What trial? Ah, there you are. But it's so good of you to come. Indeed, I've heard about Sister Orkin. Oh, Isambard said her wounds were serious. It would seem that my suspicions about the poor Rose were misplaced. But false though they were, perhaps my suspicions were not entirely without merit. Whilst following Sister Orkin near the Golden Bazaar, a band of Amalj'aa caught my eye. I tracked them as far as this encampment, but, well, let's just say that I would much prefer to keep my distance and remain here. This, of course, brings me to why I requested you. Would you be so kind as to take a look inside? You bastard. Yeah, just stick your head into the Beast Tribe area. I'm sure they won't mind. Technically, I'm high enough level that they won't just instant attack me, but still. Were I the level the game expected me to be at for this, I would be having a bad time. Thancred. Get the leaflet. Steal their paperwork. Maybe being what I am, they feel a kinship with me? As an aura? Well, did anything tickle your fancy? This leaflet. See the wealth of Nald at the hands of your children. It looks to be some sort of assembly to provide the poor with work. The lettering, though, atrocious, is it not? And these bits about Nathal seem somewhat less than studied. I find it hard to believe one among the Order penned this. Pray take this to the inn at Camp Reborn. Let us see what Sister Orkin makes of it. Yeah, I might look that up while I'm warping. FF14. Chocobo. Companion. Company Chocobo. Let's do the quest, my little... you must be over level 20 and have progressed through the main story enough that you have joined a grand company. And also need to do the quest, my little Chocobo. What else? Open a new tab. The grand company, orders across whatever, company seals, quartermasters, participating in fates. That players will join around level 20 by completing main story quests. Which one? Missions, supply and provide, changing grand companies. It doesn't quite say which, but I assume it will pop up in the main plot then? Oof. Anyways. I assume she's in here. My savior comes again. To what do I owe the honor this day? What is this? Blasphemous. These are not our teachings at all. This was not made by any true brother or sister of the Order. Of that I can assure you. Come to think of it, weeks ago, the church was plagued by missing garments. Could someone be posting as a priest of the Order to deceive the people? Who would do such a thing? Plot thickens. Our culprit pretends to be a priest to lend credence to his deception. There is no doubt and irony in there somewhere. But I suspect we have a worthy adversary on our hands. I shall consider how best to handle this. For now, I'll tell Isambard what we have learned here. Oh yeah, let's also get OBS front and center so that it does not work on me. Posing as a priest, to think. Those troubling notions aside, this is gratifying to finally be able to move this investigation forward. Thank you once again. I should keep my ears and eyes open, now more than ever. Am I gonna have to make my own pants? None of these side quests are giving me pants. This is level 15. I'm starting to get up to level 23 stuff. None of y'all... Do I have to make my own pants? Dress to deceive. I'm afraid I've not seen any unusual activity, nor have any at this camp given me cause to doubt them. But unless we can identify the culprit, and soon, more innocents will fall victim. Do not despair just yet, my friend. An idea occurs to me. Our suspect has been posing as a priest, using leaflets bearing false promises to lure the poor. Let Brenda and me serve by posing as impoverished souls in need of succor. I dare to hope that this will yield the answers we seek. It'll be a dangerous undertaking, but the two of you are more than capable of looking after yourselves. Going to sleep because your mom will come back a little later if you can. Well, you get your rest, Snoopy Pants. Sleep is an absolute necessity these days. So feel free to rest. There's always VODs. But we appreciate you stopping by nonetheless. I'm next to useless in battle, but I can supply the garments for the disguise. Those old tunics and slops should serve your needs, so long as you don't mind the smell and the stains. I do mind the smell and the stains, actually. This is how people get diseases. These will serve very well. You have my thanks. Can I wash it first? Listen, so as to lay the foundation of our ploy, we must make it widely known that more vagrants have arrived at camp and are desperate for coin. Look, man, I will roll in as much dirt as you want me to if you let me wash the stains. To this end, I want you to don the old garments Isambard has lent us and beg for work around the camp. Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. I don't care if it still looks like crap, but it can't smell like crap, and it cannot actually contain crap. Wait, oh, I gotta actually don the robes. Okay. Is there a head piece I need to don? I don't think so. Hands, perhaps? I guess I get to keep my love. So this is what I get for bitching about pants. Brand new Sabatons. Plundered, brand new. Hard leather shoes. Leather leggings. Okay, they do talk to me now. I guess I'm allowed to keep my boots. Shirt and pants. They want me to go undercover, but I still have clawed armaments and leggings to hit people in the face and kick them in the nuts. I preach the teachings of Azama the Warden. Hast thou come to partake of the honey of her wisdom? Azama is the keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry. Oh no, the total opposite of what my aura self is. All is laid bare beneath the light of her divine countenance. You're about to start a Zayla aura war, my dude. Open thy heart to this light, needy child, and thou shalt want for naught till the end of days. Yeah, basically the aura, which is what I am. You've probably noticed some with white scales and some with black scales. The black scales are the moon and white scales are the sun, and the two are not friends. The two culturally do not get along well. Huh? And you are? Another refugee by the looks of you. The immortal flames have neither work nor coin for your like. Begone and see to it that you don't make a nuisance of yourself. Well, traditionally at least. If they live outside of the main continent, they probably are fine, but yeah. If you live on the steppe, you may be starting some shit. And I was about to get to the good part. Looking for work, you say? Sorry, but we don't have any openings. Now get out of here so I can finish my story. Greetings. Is there aught I might assist you with? Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm afraid my wares are very expensive. Maybe you should rejoin your fellows at the pond, now at the south gate. Mind me to never do business with you. How do you know I'm not wealthy beyond your wildest dreams and I just fell off a chocobo? Just saying. Is it really not up here? Is it down below still? Doggone it. Oh, damn it! I see it! I was half right. And yes, I know I could immerse myself in the roleplay more if I actually took off the boots, but you know what? In case I have to actually fight something, the boots stay on. What is it? Gods, not again. Look, being poor doesn't give you the right to pester whomever you like. Why don't you just keep up with your own kind out by the muddy pond of yours at Dryborn? Yikes. Okay, it's a good thing I kept these gloves on, because I think they're going to be getting some use one way or another. Thancred, don't watch. You have quite a knack for being a nuisance. As I just threatened to slap a few people, the camp was abuzz with talk of newly arrived vagrants. You want me to start a brawl to really sell this thing? Because I'm ready to start one. And although we were unable to attract our wayward transgressor, we were able to learn that the poor have a commune by the pond north of the Sandgate and to the east of here. The eyes of the authorities do not reach that place, rather ideal for spiriting away helpless souls. Let us go there and wait for the kindly priest to come and offer aid and comfort. Needless to say, you'll need to remain in disguise. Hence why the good equipment. Where am I going? Over there. Why couldn't you go undercover in my stead, Thancred? Or do too many ladies around here already be well acquainted with thine face? Especially after stints of leaving them high and dry. And false promises. Oh, he actually did change. I still kind of want to shove him in the pool, but... A fine morning for catching false priests, wouldn't you say? You look absolutely smashing, positively dressed for deception. All that's left then is to wait for the query to appear. Oh, you poor unfortunate souls. This is no way for men to live, no way at all. Who are you, and what do you want? Be at ease, child, for I mean you no harm. I am a priest of the Order of Nald'thal, and I come to offer you succor. This leaflet bears the teachings of Nald. Trust to them, and they will surely set you free from the shackles of penury. A tempting offer, but I'm afraid I must decline. On account of that atrocious performance, you would have made a god's awful mummer, Ungust. Huh? How did you know? You bastards tricked me. Please don't hurt me. I was only doing it to protect my people. Is that so? Do continue. Very well. I'm a man of the Golden Bazaar, raised there if not born. Some moons ago, the Amalj'aa raids began. They would appear suddenly as a sandstorm to plunder and pillage at will. Our defenders couldn't stand against them, few as they were. Everyone lived in fear. I wanted to save my people, but being a merchant was all I knew, and so I did the only thing a merchant could. I approached the Amalj'aa in hopes of brokering a deal. In return for sparing the Golden Bazaar, they made demands, outrageous ones. Demands? Of what kind, pray tell? First of all, they wanted the schedule for crystal shipments from the Nanawa mines. For this, I bribed one of the workers to leak me the information. Next, they wanted me to bring them people. So I posed as a priest to lure in the vulnerable and give them over to the Amalj'aa. I didn't have a choice. Protecting one's home is a noble thing, but at the cost of innocence? You could have sought the aid of the immortal flames, yet you did not. I suspect you're not telling me the full story. What made you sell out your own people? Speak. That was good. What'd you say? The coin was good, I said. I could sell mole meat for scores of lifetimes and not see a fraction of what the Amalj'aa pay me. You sacrificed innocence so you could line your pockets. Words fail to express the contempt I feel for you. Spare me your contempt. If you want to blame someone for the mess the word's in, then blame yourself or the gods. But not you again. Hey, you get a taste of this axe before? Because I feel like you got left out last time. Were you the one leaking the Immortal Flames patrol routes to enemies as well? Spit it out. No, I know nothing about that, I swear. At this stage, I'm rather disinclined to believe aught that leaves your mouth, but no matter, there'll be time enough to learn the truth. Bren, be a dear and take word of these developments to Minophilia, would you? Can I ditch the clothes? I shall prize everything I can out of this filth. The abductees are still somewhere out there. Our foremost priority is to rescue them. 'Tis not enough bleach and deodorant in the world. 'Tis not enough bleach and deodorant in the world. 'Tis not enough bleach and deodorant in the world. Get it off! Also worth noting. What do we got for... Iron Elmo is probably the next step, I would assume. 23, level 30. Yeah, it's what goes along with this group of things. What's it need? Iron plate, iron rivets, and Edelgoat leather. I probably got some Edelgoat going on. Probably shouldn't be doing this right next to the mongrels, though. To the Scions. Is there anything else here first that I should be finishing up? No? Okay. Let's go back to Ul'dah really quick then. Let us. I know Waking Sands is more over here, but I have other things I wish to accomplish in the meantime. Actually, we can probably warp over. Ethernet. Sapphire Avenue Exchange! Ready to go! Okay, there should be... Dishonor before death, that is... I don't think that's it. Should there be... something in here in regards to retainers? There's something here. Nope, that's the Gladiators Guild. Old Wisdom, New Ways. Interior concerns. Taking the road. That's weird. Normally hiring a retainer is done here. She said I have the permit to do so. Distraught Lass. You are definitely not it. Wait, that's for Red Mage. I could have sworn there would have been like maybe a new quest for hiring retainers. Maybe you have to do it in the town you start in. Anyway, really quickly, Leatherworker. Can we work on Edelgoat? And do we have... Oh, we need Alaman! I don't have any Alaman! Nuts. Okay. Never mind. Miss materials. And I don't know how to... deliver material... Appraiser... Independent arms... Maybe it's already connected to the ones that I have? On another character? Apothecary, Trader's Merchant, Armor, Independent Jeweler, Retainer Vocate. Greetings, I take it you've come to see me about a retainer. It's not a quest. Hire a retainer. According to your record, you may hire up to 2 retainers. You can buy more with real-world money as well if you want. I think up to 8. But it increases your subscription fee. Currently, you have no retainers in your employ. While customizing your retainer, you will be unable to communicate with players and engage in other activities. Excellent! We have quite a few men and women on our list, so I invite you to describe the retainer you desire down to the most minute of details, which means you get to create a character. For me, I can also load previous save data. So I am... Do I really not have... Oh wait, yes, this is one. Seeker of the Sun, I believe. This is one of the retainers I have on my other file. And she is also a little bit of side lore, the character design that I originally played as back in Final Fantasy XI. Let's take a look at the eyes, though. Eyes. Eye color. She currently has baby blues. I don't think original FF lets you choose your eyes. So I'm kind of curious what I might like to give her. You can also change it for the shape of Mihote as well. The Mihote I plan to create in the future is going to have bright pink eyes. So I'm kind of curious if maybe I should give a little nod to that in here too. Ooh, I saw one that I ghosted over, but then it was gone. Or I could give her like really strong baby blues, I'm not sure. I don't want dark. Dark to me is like really hard to see. Those are like Sora blue. I kind of wish this pad was just a little bit bigger too. This is the more pink. It's reddish. Actually, I like that right there. Eye shape, eye color. So aside from changing one little detail, could I maybe want blue though? I don't know, I'm torn between this and the blue. Maybe I like the blue. Keep it up to my old standards. So appearance is done. Finalize your retainer's appearance? Yes. I can think of several retainers that exactly as you describe. Oddly enough, they have strikingly different personalities. If you would be so kind as to state a preference, it would be most helpful. So you can choose how your retainer responds to you. Polite, rough, serious, carefree, independent, lively, or nothing, which I assume means they don't talk. I'll stick with probably polite for now. I could base them off of similar to the other characters, but I don't know, maybe more carefree just because it's a Mihote. Or would I prefer lively? Carefree seems maybe too flippant. Lively is probably the better choice. Very well. I have the individual in mind. When summoned, this retainer will greet you just as so. I was thinking of you. And when dismissed, this retainer will bid you as well. You don't want to be with me anymore? Sniffle? Sure. That fits the personality. A little clingy, but it fits. Excellent. It's also customary to give a retainer an appellation of one's own making. A nickname, as it were. We find this deepens the bond between our clients and their retainers. Oh, we can't nickname them? Names must be at least 3 characters long. And can contain letters, apostrophes, and hyphens. Please note, however, that hyphens cannot be used in succession for placed immediately before or after the... Can I just use my username? Or is it going to be... E-T-H-E-R, Nightmare. One moment while I draft the proper documentation. The name you have chosen is not available because I technically used it with another one, so... Can we hyphen? Can I not capitalize that? Nope, I really can't. Ether. Because technically I have it on another character. Congratulations! Aether-Nightmare is now in your employ. You can summon your new retainer using the nearby bell. If you have any further questions or requests, please do not hesitate to ask. I could have sworn it gave us, like, the opportunity to, like, randomize the names. But it didn't! Meaning for my second retainer. Oh well. There she is. My old self. Retainer's many tasks. Once a retainer is summoned, you can entrust them with gil or items, as well as have them put entrusted items up for sale in the— Ooh, somebody broke something. As well as have them put entrusted items up for sale in the markets. Additionally, you can also send them afield on ventures. Isn't it funny when anybody breaks something in, like, a store or, a restaurant, everybody's initial reaction is to just be like, ooh. To entrust an item or retrieve an item from your retainer, simply drag it from the inventory window to the other. To transfer guild, click the guild transfer button to open a separate window. To entrust stackable items that are identical to those currently possessed by your retainer, select... Damn, dude! Select the entrust duplicates button. Okay, so we can withdraw stuff, we could withdraw guild, sell items on the market. If you have a retainer in your employ, you can have them place items up for sale in the markets. A 5% tax is charged to every sale, which is absolutely nothing compared to how we're taxed in this state, but whatever. To put up an item for sale, you must first entrust it to your retainer. Next, select the item from their inventory and decide upon the selling price. The number listed in the list represents the buying price offered by the NPCs. Which, you're never going to match that. Just study the markets before you put anything up. Items that are untradeable or bound to you cannot be sold to other players, therefore you will be unable to move them from your retainer's inventory to the market window. So, as an example, I usually like to sell things in either quantities of 10 or 99. Oh, we finally got that ram horn from somewhere. So let's do... They're sold for 4 piece in regular marketplace. Let's go to compare prices to see what's already on the market. So we can get, somebody else is already selling something for 10 pieces, similar to like 20 or 25. Normally a good guesstimate, if there is nothing else on the market that anymore, is to go with like the item's level. So if it's like a level 5 item to mine, go with approximately 5 to 10 for cost. So selling this, I would sell each one for about 10 pieces each. So that's what this is, 10 pieces each. 22 times, it's going to total to 222 gil. So that's usually how I do it. But depending on what the market value is, you can sometimes get a little higher. You can see that the current 10 piece is only for 22, so I'm going to sell this for approximately 10. For a quantity of 10, which puts my total down to 100 gil total. Confirm. Put it up. And eventually, if someone likes the deal, they buy it. So that's my way of adjusting for prices. You can also sell items, entrust or withdraw items. So here we go. This is our additional storage. We have up to 5 slots here, as well as some for crystals if you wind up with somehow 999 crystals. But I can do this to take stuff like nobles out of here. I can also sell them from here, but just get it out of my inventory so it's not cluttered. Some stuff, like the crab shells and whatever, it's easier to just have them in storage. Like, I'll need it later, but I don't need it now. And some things just be like that. The grass vipers, I don't need the grass vipers right now. I know I'm going to need them in a bit, but not right now. Anything else? I'm going to hang on to the mining stuff for now. Maybe not the copper sand. We'll see. Just because a lot of these I'm still using. But if it gets to a point where it's stuff that is past what I typically use on the regular, I'm going to end up selling fish more than likely. I don't need most fish unless I'm making things crow fly so I can go fishing in my own time. I'll hang on to those. Some of this, like I said, orange juice. I probably don't need any more orange juice. I'll probably sell the orange juice. Depends. Yeah, it's not a high quality item. Also, list your sell prices based off the quality of an item. These are base materials, so they'll never get a higher quality, but if it's something that you make, try and price it accordingly, because if something, don't price it off of what is in the market based off of the standard price. If it's an enhanced quality, you can bump up the price a little bit. So some of these, like potions of dexterity and intelligence, those can probably be sold. Like I said, I'll go through it a bit more in my own time. You don't want to be with me anymore? No, I love you. It's just I got other things to do. So let's see. Minophilia's off a ways at the sands. I need to go mine some things. And I need to make just an absolute ton of stuff. But it is currently 447. So knowing what I do and that the quest before me is probably going to be a little bit more on the time-consuming side, I don't trust myself to go through the mission at hand in under 10 minutes. And that's about all the time that I have left. I'm probably gonna wrap it up somewhat early, so let's go over by the inn, where I can retire for the evening and maybe consider making myself some new pants. Or a helmet. Can I make the helmet? I might have time to make the helmet. Ooh, wait, no, I can't do the Edelgoat stuff. Dang it. I need more stuff. I need to get rid of my old stuff so I can make new stuff. 'Tis the way of circle of inventory, circle of life, circle of inventory. But with that, I know I kind of cut it off in the middle of a quest, but you only have so many hours in a day. This is where I am going to leave it off for now. I might do some of my own mining and botany in the background later to get some of those levels up, but I won't do any like quests or anything. I'll just be farming materials in the background and putting them to my retainer for future use. So with that, this is where I'm going to call it. Thank you so much to everyone who has joined, and I hope to see you all in future streams. Bye-bye!